It's important to remember the type of price action that we faced on Friday on Jerome Powell's potential for cuts on the rates, right? Take a look at this price action here, right? Massive parabolic upside. And this was during the hours of which your typical or your traditional markets are trading, correct? So that's what I mean here. I think that it's important for us to realize that this kind of price action is not typical and it is going to present a lot of volatility. Now, even though we actually met the upside target that we spoke about here into the 312 to 314 that we were mentioning here in just this video from last night's thread. In fact, we actually drew it in there as well, just about here. Well, even though we met that target, there is still a lot of volatility present and actually decline from that target. It's also showing me that it's not the entire crypto space that's kind of capitulating in this form here. Well, that means that there are stocks and there are coins that have moved in a stronger manner than others, which mean that they have a deeper mean reversion than others. Okay, well, could it be that we've already faced a downside on XRP? Could it be that we faced a floor on this? And I mean, through the eyes of like things like Ethereum here, we're bouncing off of some critical zones, some very notable zones that we've talked about before. And this could, what is it, a validation? What could it be? Well, let's go ahead and find out in this episode here. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca. I'm actually coming at you at 10:02 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday, August 24th. And presently speaking, Ethereum sitting at 4,724, and we have XRP sitting at around $3, almost 301 flat there, and XLM is currently sitting at around 40.51.61. Now, just like we said, right, guys, we ended up meeting that top side of the target here, and we got massive rejection. Now, my speculation here is, guys, that since we got such a huge day on that Friday price action, traditional equity hours trading, there is probably going to be a little bit of fear into entering the traditional market open into the Monday session. So, you know, that could be a little bit of recovery for some people, right? It could be an area that we could just use to risk off and then potentially see if there's any pullbacks into the broader market open. And then if there is a pullback, well, that could be a genuine opportunity to get long the XRP asset from a better target, right? So I honestly don't know that could be the case, right, guys? In fact, I can see that traditional price action here for XRP could be this, right? You just break out. You're noticing here areas of support, right? You got to break out, right, and test these areas here. This thing right here, this right here, these right here. Okay, guys. So, guys, I got to tell you something about these scammers, man. Please do not interact with them. If you join the Arca Bulls trading team in Discord, you are probably going to get asked to turn off your DMs from an Arca, okay? That is not me. I will never message you first. I will never friend request you first, no matter what, no matter anything, okay, guys? There is a simple rule here. I will not message you first or friend request you first. If you are getting someone or you're talking to an Arca that's your copy trading with, that is absolutely not me, team. And in fact, you're going to be able to notice here on I'm going to get my camera out of the way, right? This is my animated Discord thing where I absolutely say I do not offer copy or mirror trades ever. I am the one and only Arca, and I actually have that little do not disturb thing on, even though I would like for you to send me DMs anyway, guys. I just have it on right there because I assume that these scammers won't do this or this. So, just to be completely clear about that, okay, team? Know for a fact that this is that's really what it is. All right, team. So let's go ahead and come back in to the charts and observe something else, guys. Please remember that I'm going to be going ahead and potentially getting the contract completely signed between the broker exchange and Arca Bulls for the first time ever. And this, just to give you an example, this is an account traded from July 13th to right now. So just over a month, we're entering a $10,000 risk in here, right? Take a look at this. Properties, $10,000 risk measured in USD, right? Here are some of the settings that we're trading, and here are the others that you can absolutely take and use, because I did notice that we had some people join the Omega Advanced team. Okay, guys, so this is automated trading, and you're looking at this as the gain since July 13th of 2025. In fact, you can actually see it right about here. This is the first trade it ever did, July 13th, 2025, and actually we just exited, let's see, a short trade that actually came in with a -$4 and a -$3 over the last few minutes here. Okay, guys, so yeah, we have all the collected data here, guys, for the trades that we've been doing automatically, right, guys? So make sure to hit the description below if you would like to purchase this Omega Advance and be part of the quantitative team, as we're going to start running massive support here for the automated trading. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and now go back officially into our analysis and find out what's going to go down. Okay, guys, so this is XRP's present situation, right? We kind of spoke about this yesterday. The fact that we're kind of building an inverse head and shoulders, and I'm not ignoring that there is a larger head and shoulders here, right? But it's usually the smaller time frame that can also impair your larger time frame too, right? Just gonna go ahead and show myself here to you guys. All right, so if that really is the case, guys, then this is looking like a bullish setup. This could be some of the lows that we're testing here. Bear traps could be anywhere between, or liquidity grabs could be anywhere between that 296 to around 297.47, right? If should price action dip into those areas. So let's go ahead and find out what it's looking like here for XRP in the larger time frame. Want to see the closures, right? Okay, so we opened up the new daily candle just at about just around 6 hours ago here, and it looks like we are opening from this point here. This is your prior bar, and we've actually peekabooed below the prior bars, or the prior days low. Okay, let's take a look at other closures. So buy daily time frame, sure, we just got a new buy daily close as well. So this is your buy daily new candle here. We came back down, tested the bottom side of this one, and now we're kind of moving up. Let's see what else we got. Okay, the 3-day time frame, nothing there just yet, but this is interesting because this makes a lot of sense. The downside that we're getting here could be for the fact that we're getting a retrace and a test of the 50% prior bar, as we speak about all the time, before we continue towards the upside. Okay, guys, so that has 18 hours and 52 minutes to close, and I do suspect this to maybe have consideration here for an upside continuation, specifically into the 305 to around 307.38. Let's go ahead and see your 4-day time. 4-day time is a new bar, and that is absolutely speaking a lot of magic right now, guys. This is your prior bar. We closed it green, and this is your new bar here, just printing. I literally just opened up just at a few hours ago, just like your daily did. So we're opening up here, right, and this is retracing to what could be the 30 to 50% of the prior bar before we can experience a continuation to the upside. Can it drop a little bit lower? Absolutely, right? We still have targets that this can reach anywhere between this area here of 296.13 to around 295.13, and liquidity grabs could be anywhere into that 291 to just about 290.26. Okay, guys, so yeah, there's still a few areas here that we can use for potential continuation. And what do you know? We already have those targets there. We've already been expecting those targets there for the continuation. All right, guys, this is looking not bad. So XLM is actually facing a little bit of a correction right now, guys. I do think that this is trying to test itself right down into these targets here of the 40.21. Let's see, would it be 40.2158 into the lower bound of just about 40.0540. Now, I assume this could be part of the 4-day closing basis that we found in the XRP price action, and yeah, it kind of is it, right? So there are support bounds here, of which it has touched on before, and there is another one right about here, and that is let's see, the high on that is absolutely 40 flat. So there are still some areas here for us to consider some support, and should it be that you fail the 40 flat, guys, of course there is still some room here to kind of consider, specifically into the zones of about I'd say around 39, 31, 28, roughly around this area here, guys. So if that's the case, it does feel like we may actually have just a pullback here, being that we closed a few of the larger time frames as well. Here's your weekly close, here's your 50% pullback, and then a continuation to the upside. Sorry It feels like I'm about to sneeze and it's just not coming in. My goodness. Okay, so yeah, guys, I do think that this is a temporary pullback here before we can actually experience a continuation to the upside. Let's see. I think your 3-week time frame was also something to kind of observe within this. And yeah, look at that, guys. So yeah, I think this is your inverted hammer here. Potential peekaboo at the bottom side of course, what we just said around 39 and 39.91, 39.95.27, right? So if this does bounce from this area, guys, we'd have to make sure to just break above the areas here. Okay, it would have to be like this no matter what. 40, 62, 82 to just about the 3-week candle that we're facing here at around 40, 82, 90 must break above that in order for us to continue towards that upside. Okay, guys. So yeah, it's definitely conditional here. Okay, team. And then that would be a pretty nice 50% prior bar retrace that can reach as high as 44.063 before upside continuation. Okay, guys. Now, as far as your Ethereum price action, right? This is it's looking kind of balanced even still. And should we face any downside continuation, which by the way, it sort of is showing, but my problem with this downside is that we have contraction with downside, and that usually tells me that we're probably looking like it's weak. It's decelerating, right, guys? Remember that this is your acceleration, right? We accelerate with volatility expansion, and that would show you downside. That would be acceleration to the downside, but this is decelerating towards the downside. So I'm wondering here if we are close to the floor. And of course, we already kind of have some zones drawn in here, and that could very well mean that we have some floored zones there. All right, so your 8-hour time frame closing in almost 3 hours. There's like nothing to do there. It looks like your 6-hour time frame does and could show a potential continuation to the downside. And should that close somewhere in this area here, $4,700, let's put up data cells and see what it'll say, right? So that'll give you about 137. Almost 138 points to the downside. So yeah, I guess if you did a 4,700 close, then you know you're probably looking at these targets even still. And I know that it's a little deeper at around 45.51, but these are still relevant in comparison to the closing basis of your 6-hour statistic. Okay, guys, I do believe that this is still kind of a 50% pullback here based on everything that happened, right? And of course, take a look at your 4-day closure. We just spoke about it, right? What's the 50% of this 4-day closure on Ethereum? Let's just take a look real quick. And here it is, right, guys? So around 40, we literally just said it, right? 45, this is 45.62, but we have these supports right above here at around 45.86. Let's show the drawings, and then bam, all of these targets are already right there, guys. So yeah, heads up on those potential targets, and then we could observe what it could be for the upside continuation of all of these. Okay, guys, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. If any questions, you know where to reach me. Please remember to send over your proof of purchase and TradingView username to arcabulls@gmail.com. Should it be that you purchase any of the algorithms here before we actually close all purchasing off on those. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And I will speak to you very, Jerry Scary Larry soon. All right, team. Adios and adios. Please take whatever we do, show, and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.